Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. In the last video, things happened. It's been like 2 whole days. I don't remember. It's a very confusing game at the best of times. But we're here down by the coastline, kind of exploring the sort of more general area. Oh, we went to the pawn shop. And they've sold our gun to some random lass who was very intent on it. And we're here now. The butter sign has fallen down, and this man has lost his friend Barry. And we're going to talk to...
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
I like those odds.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
Okay.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
What day is it today? Am I meant to know what day it is? Oh, so we get a new area on Wednesday. That's cool. What day is it today, though? This has a timer. Oh, that's tomorrow. Oh, right. So these are time ones. Okay, so... right. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Nope.
G'day to you, officers.
G'day, man on waterlock.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
Can I just say that that man is my hero? Just a burly man standing there chopping up salami with a hunter's knife. What an absolute chat.
His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
Do you know what caused this wreckage?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
What's with the lever that does nothing?
It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the blockage.
Why do I have to ask such a stupid question? Why is it disabled?
Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes?
Do I ever?
Great! Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
He cuts a fresh slice from his salami. 7:15 Wednesday, remember that, folks.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the 3rd day.
I got that, buddy. Do you know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some salami?
Sure thing.
Ah.
It is salty, it is savory, it is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Good job, Kitsuragi. The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. What a nice man he is. Okay, let's continue our exploration of the area. Helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Nothing down here. Nope. Delta Logistics Company.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box. A variety of shapes and colors.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
Let's try them on.
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow.
Let's not go.
Damn, officer. You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for 2 Real and 50 cents.
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and baggy eyes.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Kitaragi's a good egg. You're right.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer.
Shades of self-destruction. +1. I think my electrochemistry is high bloody enough.
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool, UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
Conceptualization formidable. I don't think I've got any armor for conceptualization. I was meant to write a list. Let's give it a go. Try again, maybe you can find some. 42% is not bad. I did fail like a 72%, so I feel like the game owes me a little bit, you know?
No luck. All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor, produced by a bargain sportswear brand called Amphibian, apparently. There's a malformed green frog on its bent cap.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. It'll definitely keep the sun out of your eyes while you're shooting criminals. Bang, bang! And all for a mere 6 Real.
Oh, firefight's something we should be prepared for.
I hope not.
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
Amphibians +1 perception. Gotta keep these things in mind for later on, I guess. Plastic wrapped macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. Humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. This is suspicious. Speakers from the people of Samara. Food gift from the people of Messina. Everything is good here. I'm not sure it is, bucko. I'm not totally convinced.
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
What are you talking about, buddy?
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco.
What is that? What are you saying? Why does the economy need saving?
Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods just sitting there, not getting bought? We've got to keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children?
I don't have children. It's just nature. Powerful economies expand, weak economies go extinct. This economy is really just a distraction from the cultural issue, you know, immigrants and... It's just nature, bro.
I can't go extinct, officer. I've got kids to feed. Once an economy goes extinct, it messes up the whole ecosystem. You got to think about the consequences.
I'm not sure I do, buddy. I'm afraid I'm all for small business owners and stuff like that, but I don't know what I am. Am I a hyper-capitalist or a socialist or a communist? I feel like I'm a mix. I don't think you have to put yourself into like a strict box, because I do believe to an extent in the free market and that you should, you know, you've got your small business and you try and you succeed or you fail. There's nothing much more to it than that in a way, you know?
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss or like an old person with no money.
It's very rude perception.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first-hand, buy second-hand. Keep the economy moving.
Okay, come on, 58% game. You owe me by now.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces. This jacket is the apex of human evolution. The moment at which man became weatherproof. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you. Possibly because of the awful typeface.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
Plus one composure, pretty useful for certain things. Again, nothing we can do right now, but just worth keeping in mind for the future. You know what we need to find? That plastic bag. When we were at Fritta, they mentioned that if we had a bag, we could pick up bottles and sell them. Right? I'm pretty sure that's the thing. We'll keep it now.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers. Thralls. Slaves, basically. Perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers. Ultra series.
I can see you with taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Not at all.
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway. A jet black upper and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
They do sound pretty super.
Only? That's madness. Fun ultra. Wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine?
I mean, they're ludicrously expensive, of course, but reaction speed and hand-eye coordination, that's a pretty sweet little collection there.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found ultras atop them. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid from the People's Republic of Samara. The speakers themselves don't seem to display any magical qualities.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
Poor little speakers. Pat.
No, don't pity them, officer. These are old Samaran garbage. Don't even look at them. Check out these super cool, fun ultras instead.
Samaran trash. That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat.
Can't I just buy the sad, conquered Samaran speakers?
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
That's why I want them. I think I might be lo-fi socialist junk myself.
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
You don't know what I am. I don't even know it myself. I want the speakers.
Well, if you want them...
He pauses for a moment, calculating.
But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
One day. Have to sweeten that deal, you know? Sweeten that deal. Right, okay. I've decided. I was thinking about this earlier on. Part of me is a bit like, well, yeah, I've been boring cop quite a lot, and I'm still going to be boring cop. However, oh hello. Oh hello. Wait, have I not been down? I've not been down here. Okay, let's head up this way first. Oh god, I love it. Wait, it's not a dead end. I was about to get so excited about that dead end. Oh god, it's humongous. Oh no. Okay, never mind. We're going this. What I wanted to do is go up there and then just work my way back down this way, right? But I didn't expect it to go quite that far up that way, so we're going to go the other way instead. Yeah, that's the bookstore. To roundabout north. Capeside Apps Martinez Pier. Apartments. Broken window. Tibbs has windows. Good job, Tibbs. You had a bag in your hand. Bear with me, because I'm pretty sure that's a plastic bag. Okay. Okay, well, I mean, it doesn't... I mean, I look a little homeless, but it doesn't seem to have a negative effect, so... There you go, that... You know, it's 20 quid right there, sort of. 20.21 quid. 30. Alright, you know what? Decent way to make some cash. Sweet. Oh, there's more. Oh my god, there's loads. We're gonna be rich, Kitsuragi. We're gonna be rich.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
There was a revitalization project in '49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
Meh.
They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Eva Claire, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Cool, I dig on a organised crime is the best. Okay, so what I was going to say. I think today my character's going to be relatively normal, boring cop. A little bit more quirky, perhaps. I'm going to pick a couple of the quirkier options. Not too far. I was trying to think, well, I don't want to just do it for no reason. But I mean, my guy's a recovering drug addict, a recovering alcoholic in particular, right? And he's recovering, and I'm not going to drink. I'm going to try to resist the drink and the drugs unless I feel like the game is really pushing that, and unless it seems like the best idea. But he's in recovery. He wouldn't go from stringent... Well, he wouldn't go from drug-addled to perfect overnight, you know? There would be ramifications. Anyways.
We should have done something about the Union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Not giving it my bloody money. You kidding me? I don't have any as it is.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
I do like that my guy can seemingly take pity on all the different inanimate objects in the town. Poor little viewer.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Look inside.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. That's Kuno on the lens.
Oh, damn it, Kuno.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower.
I had to Google graffito. Oh, graffito is the singular of graffiti. I had no idea, you know.
You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
Small tent?
Probably some kids.
Probably goddamn Kuno. Alright, I stole this lovely man's bag, and I feel bad about it. Are we okay now? You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Can I empty the trash? Oh, baby. Gonna make some money. Who are these people? Oh, they're the people playing. Okay, I did talk to those. That's good. That's good. Phew. What is this? Oh my god. I'm rich. Hey, drunk man. Oh, you won't talk to me. I think I might go by the map. We're gonna have to head back in that direction anyway to turn in my sick finds, all my moolah, my ching ching, as they say. More ching ching? I think so, but nothing's happening. There we go. Oh, baby. A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to your approach. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Can I go up here? Ah, it's the kid!
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Why am I looking at this wall? 80%, there's a chance. There's a chance.
You have no clue. It's just a wall.
It's not just a wall.
So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
It was worth a shot, folks. It was worth a shot. What's that? Oh, oh, beautiful. Lovely stuff. Ah, I can get up there as well. A garden hose, this won't be of use until the snow melts.
There must be another way into the building.
Oh, that was terrifying, Kisaragi. How did you talk with several voices at once? Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. Another splattering of bullet holes on this wall.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier. More old bullet holes. At least half a century. A different era altogether.
Examine closer.
You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back like an endless row of tiny black holes. Sweat starts trickling down your brow. Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in, caving in, ever tighter. Your breathing grows even heavier.
You okay there?
Yeah, I started feeling bad. I suspect I've got... Oh, what is it called? What's that condition? Osteoporosis. No, that's when your bones have holes in them. You know, osteophobia. What is it called? There's a thing. There's a thing where you don't like looking at holes, basically. Not the film or the book, but you know when there's like lots of dots. I don't particularly like it, but it doesn't make me feel like sick or anything.
Might be the after effects of your past escapade. What are you looking at?
Bullet holes, man.
Remnants from the revolution. These are over half a century old.
So no crime has happened here.
Perhaps a crime of a sort ages ago, but no. These do not warrant an investigation.
What can you tell me about the revolution?
Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Should we go?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kisaragi. What's this? Orange bum hat. Hey, reaction speed. That's cool. And nose effect. Very nice. Is that my coat? Yeah. Just a closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. I will return for you, coat. One day. One beautiful day. So how would you get up there? Balcony with a view to the yard and the hanging. Yeah, I mean, it seems important. Alright, kid.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
You're not asleep, Kuno-S.
Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Thank you, Logic. I knew you'd have my back.
Pigs come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
Are you sleeping right now?
Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
I do think I'm pretty clever.
Trying to sneak up on me again.
Alright, alright. Okay. Done with this a little bit. Moving on. There's so much, though. I feel like there's just little secrets everywhere that I've yet to unpick, you know? Capeside apartments. Route de Colon. Je dopo. Vadabonoto. Je doba. Enchanté. You locked this one? Everything's bloody locked. Wait a goddamn minute. Enough of this nonsense.
Hey, up here, piggo.
Do you mind? Oh, hello. Wait, wasn't there another one I could have... Maybe there's more I could have opened. I want to talk... I can't... Wait, can I talk to him from here?
You
I
see
can.
a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
His shirt's unbuttoned. You know he's a cool kid.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. No trouble for me, I just want to know what's going on. Too late, young man. No trouble for me, just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
This is interesting because obviously they're somewhat opposing. Well, they're not really. They both want the same thing. What I'm thinking is that maybe if I try to bum a cigarette, I'll be able to talk to him.
Apologies, but this is my last one.
God damn it.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
I need absolution.
Absolution? I don't know that brand, but I'm pretty sure you can get Astras at the Frit.
Can't you toss? I don't want the cigarette.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Obviously a bad idea.
As you wish.
But the gendarmerie or the bottle needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
Ah, this was the better option. Whoopsie daisy.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Oh, you old trickster.
That's definitely not his real name.
Thank you, Rhetoric. I couldn't have pieced that one together myself. You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
He scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of a well, every sound captured and reflected back. Looks like you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
No.
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Huh. I did not make that connection. Wait, what was that woman who tried to get the gun earlier?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
Oh, maybe not.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Rain patters on the windowsills and dead houseplants. Too late to do them any good.
It'll take more than rain to bring this place back to life.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
A sexy friend?
A Sunday friend. How intriguing.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Oh, I shouldn't have bummed a cigarette. I didn't want to either. I just thought I thought I was actually being a good detective, and that maybe I could build a bit of, smoker's rapport with him. You know what I mean? Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, I can't change my gear mid-thingy because I've got a convince item. Ah!
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains.
28%! Baby! Hey, listen. Just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet somewhere else?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion and a hint of understanding.
It's funny how excited you can get about something that took absolutely no skill. If anything, I made it worse. My input did nothing but make the situation worse. And yet I'm very proud that we got it.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
His voice is soft and deliberate. With a flick of his wrist, he sends a cigarette butt sailing over the rail.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Well done, suggestion.
Good luck with the investigation.
Okay, interesting. Goodbye, smoker on the balcony. I guess you're not on the balcony anymore, so we need to give you a different name, really.
He's gone.
We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
We just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there.
The lieutenant nods towards a small rock and a soggy patch of grass.
If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
I assume there's a key under this?
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it.
I love wall. It's a lovely word.
There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity he doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments, and the man can be in any of them.
How are we going to find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
Let's do it. Shall we do it? Is this the time to do it? I don't know, I feel like there's a lot going on here. Tomorrow we have to run that number back. We also need to find out who is in the Union. They're going to be there hopefully tomorrow. I feel like there's more to explore in the area. I also want to go buy a map. Several other billion things going on here. But anyways, let's head in and see what we can do. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. What's this? Logic Authority. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals, smells of laundry detergent. I've got a lot of clothing. Well, I don't wear it. I don't have a hat on at the moment. I feel like my rhetoric is already so good that maybe it's worth building up reaction speed, which is a 2. I might do it actually. How does it look? Does it look terrible? No, it looks great. +1 logic, -1 authority. Meh. I look stylish. I look poppin'. As they say in the clubs. Oh my god. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. You hear distant traffic. Night is falling on the city. A maroon glow of light pollution rises from the east. I really am leaning into the whole homeless aesthetic. Curtains shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. Ooh, bottles. Just a door. Nothing for you here right now. Tell you what, folks. Making some money. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. That's nice. Wait, what was this? Did I click that? Oh. But I didn't, so it's good to know. 28, a door to be remembered. 29. Okay. 30. Voices from within singing along to some buoyant dance track. It's quite hard to move in this area. Okay, I'll go up there. Okay, I'm not seeing anything out here quite yet. I'll figure out how to get up there. Is that attached to the... That's probably attached to the docks, right? Shoes! I can steal someone's shoes, that's fine. I don't see how that's a problem at all. Oh, it's just money. Okay, I've had the shoes. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. No reply. No reply. No reply. No reply.
I'm just super curious whether something would happen. But I think I probably pushed that limit. Examine the padlock.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it.
Okay, we actually do have chain cutters.
Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Are we doing this? Yeah, screw it. Let's start getting wild, right? Where are my chain cutters? There they are. What's Kisaragi going to think about this? Let's find out.
This door has been closed with a padlock. What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters, and it's really not working.
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut, Detective.
Do you think that's what I'm trying to do?
Perhaps you should give it another go.
58%. Yeah, come on.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
Thank you, Kitsuragi.
After you, detective.
I really thought you'd take issue with me breaking in. I'm actually a little surprised. A flamboyant poster of a white star, real lithography. What's that? It's a head.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
The communist man.
Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
I've got to say, this is much nicer than I expected. It's a nice little student room, you know. It's not bad at all.
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
You have to admit, he kind of looks like me.
Hold on a second. Is this why you broke in here? To find out whether you're Krasmazov?
I mean... no, purely... Just think we look alike.
Sure you are.
Just humour from me for a moment. Don't you see the resemblance?
Well, you both do seem to share an affinity for sideburns. But it seems like old Kras here didn't drink nearly as much as you.
I haven't drunk all day. Maybe this bus shows him before he started drinking.
Very well. Let's look for identifying features then.
Oh, he's actually taking it seriously.
Doesn't he have a birthmark right here? What about you?
I can't tell, I can't see my face.
Alright, but here's the big thing. Krasmazov looks Samaran, and you don't.
Yeah, we don't have that in common.
Good, so you're not him.
You're right.
It's decided. You are not the most famous philosopher of the modern period.
Father Mazov, the hero of the working class.
Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm.
He leans closer to inspect the photos of revolutionaries on the wall.
There aren't many communists around. Not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of the capital and such. Oh wait, he has a bullet? Why does he have a bullet? Also... Yeah, so it's conceptualization versus... Espevitaco, la topo, la bardo, la lolola. Oh my god, look at that. I just doubled my money. Over doubled my money, that's amazing.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
I think that's the wrong voice now. This is the police, open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again, as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Look, there was a murder outside the fucking front door. Alright, I think it's fairly justified to walk around and talk to people. Making bank. Mailbox is overflowing. Hello. Graffito says a firing squad for the rich. I feel that, brother.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing. Oh, poor cleaning lady.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
I bet it doesn't. She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
Oh.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room.
That sounds nice and cozy.
It's barely bigger than a closet.
But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
I mean, this is a video game, but there are people who live like this, of course, in shoddy, tiny little housing, and they'll never do anything. They'll just die there. Because that's where they were raised, that's what they were brought up to know, and that's what the system's keeping them in. I'm not going to say that it counts for everyone. There are people who are happy, content in nothingness. And that's fine. As long as you're personally happy, I don't think anyone can really judge you, as long as you're not harming anyone else. But sometimes when life is hard, you know, and life is hard for everyone, suffering isn't relative, you know what I mean? Like, you're allowed to say you've had a bad day, and someone's not allowed to then go, yeah, well, there's children starving in Africa, so have you had a hard day? That's just not how the world works. Suffering is relative, I suppose, actually more than anything else, but it shouldn't be relative to other people. I had a point to make, and I've entirely forgotten what it was. I don't know, it's just sad. And it does put things into perspective a little bit when you remember how some people do live. I'm very lucky in my life, it must be said. Anyways.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. He's wanted for murder.
Talk?
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
I have a few questions about those apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
As one of the residents on a vacation, their mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
They probably just moved or died. Hopefully somewhere else.
Who lives in apartment 10?
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
But I talked to someone through the door.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again, breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Sure.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
All right, calm down. Who lives behind the padlocked door?
Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
I'm not sure astrology counts as an education, love.
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
Sure you don't mean astronomy?
That's what I said. Astrology.
The lieutenant shakes his head, as though to say, let it go.
That's all, love. Thank you very much.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
I wonder if our astronomer, whatever, probably astronomer, is the person we have to show the tattoos to. That might be a thing.
Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbour until it happened.
Form a guess about what happened.
A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline. Fired from the water. A straight shot into Revachol. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line.
Take in the ocean.
The waves of the Martinez Inlet roll over the fallen remains of the building. the dark waters obscured the better part of the remains. This is where the damage came from. From somewhere in the inlet. The cannons. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean.
It's funny, you know I mentioned in the past, I wonder if you can fail these, and then I instantly failed one. I have not seen a fail ever since then.
Those arches acted as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. Underwater, iron helmets have sunk deep into the sand and the mud. Helmets of soldiers, and their finger bones too, and clavicles, littering the ocean floor.
Who did this?
A fleet, the combined armies of Occident and Grad, with Mesk volunteers, a 5-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful. The ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow on the water, far in the northeast. Cannons still ready to placate Revachol.
Revachol. Hey Kim, do you know who shelled our city?
The Coalition. But that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here.
He's very hesitant to talk about it, isn't he?
He fears the discussion might lead to disagreements, as it often does.
Yeah, I don't get the feeling he's a disagreeable chap, really. Hello?
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
Sure.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
Interrogate has no time for this nonsense.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Don't know if I want to call her little lady. Just answer some questions, okay?
Ask away, pigman. But I don't promise to answer.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
He says, studying the contents of Cindy's bucket.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
Fumes are bad for you, though.
Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
It's just a little aggro. Keep looking off to the side what you're looking at.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
He nods disdainfully towards a woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier. That's been happening a lot lately, just the wrong line being voiced. I can imagine. I believe this game has 1 million lines of dialogue, so I can't say I'm wholly surprised.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That Ozon her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Revachol. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon.
Okay, Cindy the Skull, what are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
I refuse to believe that this many people know that graffito is a word.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
You don't know what to write.
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home, and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cards. And my name's not Mona, so...
The only problem with that, really, yeah. Why are you so committed to
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know. Summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation. Yeah?
So, technically, hooliganism, but below my pay grade. But I am a cop. So wait, isn't this... Wait. How do I...
Let's be realistic. What are you going to do? Throw her off the balcony?
Yes.
You heard your partner, Piggy. I'm unstoppable.
I don't condone the idea of using physical force on her. She's a girl.
That is not an okay reason to not hurt someone. Although I agree, I think it's still probably sexist. Is it sexist though? Okay, so this might sound sexist, but hitting a girl is the same as hitting a child in a way, if you're a man, right? And that sounds incredibly sexist. Let me explain. On average, by and large, men are stronger than women. That does not mean all men are stronger than all women. There are some women who would wipe the floor with like 99% of the guys out there, right? And there's, you know, plenty of women who are much stronger than the average guy. Of course there is. And there's plenty of very, very weak guys out there. However, it is a biological fact that men have a much, much higher propensity for muscle growth and tend to be much stronger and, like, just physically apt, physically gurg. You know, it's just the way it is. So it is just literally a fact of life, okay? And generally speaking, that does mean you probably shouldn't. It's like, I mean, I say it, it sounds so bad. But like, let's say this like really skinny, not that skinny people can't be super strong or anything, but let's say there's a guy who's clearly not stronger in the slightest and he's picking a fight for some reason. I would resist more hitting someone who is weaker than I would someone stronger than myself. And that's not just because you think you're in more danger. You know, if some massive guy starts picking a fight with me, I'm in more trouble, right? So you have to defend yourself more vociferously. Whereas if there's some little dude, as long as he's not going to shank me, I'm probably going to be okay. Let me think about this. And generally speaking, the same would apply to women. Generally speaking. You know? And it's the whole concept of punching down, basically. Just, you know, if someone's weaker than you or in a worse off position or something like that, you can treat them a little bit differently. Not in a condescending way, but in a, you know what? This isn't fair. Let's not go down this avenue kind of thing. It is a nice thing that I'm saying. I just think I'm wording it terribly. I'm trying to make it... Because I feel like some of it is probably rooted in misogyny and sexism on like a wider basis, and that we're brought up to think of women, well, men are raised to think of women, and I don't think we are. I don't remember this being part of my upbringing, for example, but you know, TV, cliches, and the media in general, men roll around in the dirt, beat things up, women like flowers and are soft and cuddly, right? That's kind of the cliches and the stereotypes that we are fed since birth. That will get better over time, but it's still very much, especially when I was growing up, it's still very much the thing. And that's obviously rooted in sexism, admittedly both ways. It's not just that women are weaker, inverted commas, it's that men are also emotionally weak and stunted and don't need that kind of care. So it definitely is a two-way street. But don't know what I'm trying to say. You know, think about the recent murder.
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, There is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
It's a good choice of word there, ungulate. What I wanted to try was,
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip. Thin, see-through copy. The
wait,
rest
I was wondering how I could give someone a phone.
Much worse for
so can I do this?
Being sandwiched between. It's proving to be harder than expected.
What?
You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
What? Wait, what do I need? Logic. I feel like that was unlucky. I'm not gonna lie. Do I have any logic clothes? I should have worn those first. I'm a big old dummy. Can I do it again?
It's the ledger you found in the trash.
Ah, I'm an idiot. Oh, where's my bag? I probably need the ledger in my hands when I talk to someone, and then I can do it. But I'm not gonna do it anyway. Okay, so let's head back inside. Let's head up here first. The door is locked. You can't get in. The chair's new. Someone lives back there. Oh my god. So excited to buy a map. Turn in my bottles. Oh, hello. Oh, it's the coal room. 100 tiny feet scurrying beneath the grate. The rats of the city. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells like chemicals. I don't need an electrochemistry game. Oh, oh my god. Oh boy. Whew, I'm getting all. Right, can we talk to her about the fact that she lives in there?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
You still haven't bloody written anything.
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
I feel that was sarcastic.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Really? You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me. But somehow, it never happens.
Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
It's not the nicest place. I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all. Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
Fair point. I mean, not for me. I don't have a bloody gun, but still. And this region is decidedly European, to say the least. Foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. Oh.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor.
To warm myself.
A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Her face
is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. She had an eye for beauty.
So the shivers are basically, I don't know, when you just get a feeling for a place, right? And I'm almost psychically, I don't know if he's inventing it somewhat, but you're getting a feeling for who was here and seeing them in your mind's eye, essentially. An old grocery list on the table and checks.
What happened here?
You can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall.
It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here.
It's always a little something in the fridge.
Indeed.
In the fridge we have... Oh, nose fed and 20... Who is keeping money in their fridge? Out of curiosity. I think in all my many years on Earth at this point in time, I've never kept money in the fridge. But maybe I just... Maybe I haven't lived. Maybe I haven't lived.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure, to symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it. The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it.
It's quite a nice idea.
Because white is the color of peace.
What does it evoke in me?
Gone. Gone is the glory of hope. Only the scribblings of impoverished students remain. And you are the big communism builder now. It's you or no one.
So I feel like what just happened was literally happened because my character loves communism and then he realized communism is dead. And that was enough to drain my morale. Right, we need to go talk to this woman again because we just got that information and she's not meant to be there. Okay, this was a heavy episode in that I feel like there's just an incredible amount going on. We need to go to apartment 28 and find him. We need to talk in apartment 10. Just so much to do. I cannot wait until we start to check some of these tasks off. It's going to be a lovely, lovely moment. You know what? That seemed impossible to pay for damages, but it doesn't feel like it anymore. I'm going to buy a map. I'm going to buy a few morale boosting drugs because I feel like they'll be handy to have on. Because health we've got tons. We can go up to 8 total. This is more of a problem. Anyways, next video we will check in at apartment 10. We'll check in at apartment 28. We're going to go buy a map. We're going to sell our bottles, but it's also 8:30, so I feel pretty soon we'll have to call it a night. I think it said everyone goes to bed at like 9. However, I'd like to talk to this person, so I'm hoping at 9 o'clock they'll come back and we can chat to them. And maybe show them the tattoo as well. Yeah, cool. Sounds like a plan. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks next time. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.